Hello everybody, it's Frogmite and Cut to Black for the final of the contest number 4.
Yeah, how's everybody going? How are you going, Frogmite? Should be a very good game between Serenity and DestinY.
Yeah, so the map is Naga Fortress. It's a map we don't see very often. There is 3 bases, one here, one there, and another one here. It's a map of the GSL, so we don't see it much often. It's not the ladder map, if I'm not wrong. So it's the final of the Pracbud Contest number 4 between these two players, Serenity and DestinY.
Yep, and this will be a best of 3, so it's going to be hopefully a very good, interesting series that we'll be able to see here. And it's also, I think it's also really nice that we're playing on GSL maps, especially because they're obviously far more professional. They're seen in a lot of big tournaments. And it's really good that players get the feel for it. If anyone else is interested, come down, just get onto the C server, enter the channel Pracbud, that's all capitals Pracbud, and we'll love to have you playing in this, or in a similar tournament in the future.
Yep. Alright, so what can we see so far? The expand now for the Zerg. He expand at 217 with a 14 pop. It's quite the normal timing, while the Terran is going for the barracks first, obviously.
It's quite a fast refinery. We might actually see tech play here.
Yeah, he took his gas at 13 of population. Usually is what you do if you want either a fast factory or if you want to take on steam. You take your gas at 13.
Yeah.
Alright, what can we say about this map? The first expand is quite easy to defend.
Yeah, obviously there's a single choke there. No backdoor, no rocks or anything, so that makes it easier. But it is quite a large choke, so it is easier to attack than, say, on Shakura's plateau. And it's obviously, if you're Terran and you can get a couple of siege tanks up there, it makes it incredibly difficult for any push from the Zerg to be that effective.
Yep. So the Terran, as expected, is going for the fast factory here on the wall. But Serenity took the gas of the Terran, so he cannot go for early tanks or blue flame aliens so fast because he took his second gas. But we can say DestinY didn't take his first gas as well. He's killing his gas slowly.
It's taking its time.
Yeah, I think DestinY will try to push with few aliens, like 1 or 2 aliens and some marines, and try a timing push there, because yet Serenity doesn't have any Zerglings. He's making the first Zerglings there, 4 first Zerglings, and he's putting a spine crawlers. So if you put a spine crawler there, it means he's obviously not keen on making a lot of Zergling. Just want to check first.
It's really good positioning of the spine crawler as well, because it protects the ramp and it stops any Hellions or any other units from running up there quickly. Also, the gas steal that Serenity made, which is a really smart play, has forced DestinY into going for a fast expand, a quick CC, because he couldn't get that gas out. Obviously, it's better to use those minerals expanding than having them just sitting there.
Right, the command center about to be finished for DestinY, and lots of marines and aliens.
We might actually see this down into a bit of a macro style game, because Serenity doesn't seem to be building any attacking units at all. Or he has a few out on the map, but he's mainly just going with a macro style build, getting out a lot of drones. Whereas, and because of that gas steal that occurred earlier on, DestinY's been forced into fast expanding. So we're gonna most likely, I think, see a bit of a macro game.
And the first aliens there are doing some damage, but they cannot go through because there is here 2 spine crawlers. So it's very good placement for spine crawlers, and the aliens cannot go through. So he's just allowed to do a bit of harass on Zerglings there. But as soon as Serenity will finish the metabolic boost, the speed for the Zerglings, it will be different. And look at that, the alien died. They expand for DestinY at 8. Still a good timing for Terrans. And Siege Tank researched as well as Team Pack, so he will be able to defend this expand here with the 1 or 2 Siege Tank there. And bunkers he can easily defend, but the Zerglings are there and they will take out this alien. But there are a lot of Marines, so they cannot go inside the main. But the Zerglings come back, do some harass, kill this SCV here. No, he will still have time to finish his bunker.
The first tank's out, and that's probably gonna put an end to any more Zerglings running up in here, especially because one shot can do a healthy amount of damage to 3 or 4 Zerglings if they're bunched up. So Serenity is gonna have to be very careful now, or we might end up losing a lot of units if he just tries to run them in there.
Yep, right, and medivacs for DestinY. Want to protect these Marines, doing more tanks. Well, we can say that Serenity is going for maybe quite an early tech, because he already finished his infestation pit and he will be able to do infestors, because now he's researching neural parasite, and it will be quite good if we see the composition of the Terran here. DestinY just have to do the parasite on the tanks here and he will lose all his army. Requires a good micro. And the Ghost Academy for DestinY. But maybe he's feeling that his opponent will go for infestors.
Yeah, if you can get those ghosts out with EMP, you can really stop that. The neural parasite can stop that fungal growth on his Marines, and really it's absolutely, fungal growth on Marines is absolutely lethal. You can take out so many Marines in 1 or 2 shots that you have to be really careful, and you have to have a really good spread if you're trying to play a mass Marine game as a Terran against Zerg.
Yeah, and look at that, 8 infestors for Serenity. Will be able, as soon as fungal growth is ready, as soon as the infestors got enough energy, he will be able to really put a lot of pressure on his opponents here.
And we see an armory as well now for DestinY, so we could actually see some Thor play. That said, it could just be for those Terran mech upgrades, but it'd be very interesting to some Thor play, because now their infestors out and they have neural parasite. A couple of neural parasites on a couple of Thors can do a hell of a lot of damage to Marines. They're like those things will cut through Marines in 1 shot. It's a bit like hunting quail with a 12 gauge. It gets pretty nasty.
Yeah, and 3 Marines are sent for scouts, and they didn't see the infestors. They just see the Zerglings. But he's still making Ghost. And here they are coming. The swarm of Serenity. Neural Parasite is ready, Fungal Growth is ready. He can make huge damage if he attacks now. Especially if you do Parasite on this tank. Here, He's waiting for maybe the upgrade. No, here they are, the Zerglings first. The Zerglings who are going through, and the Parasite on the both tanks who are completely smashing the Marine Balls. Fungal growth cross Parasite is lethal for Marine. Even though he can still defend. That's very good defense from DestinY.
Excellent hold.
Yeah, and he lost all his infestors on the fight, if I'm not wrong. So I just have 2 now. But that was very, very good defense. Even though the move was quite good from Serenity to do fungal growth first and then to use neural control on tanks to completely destroy the Marines.
Yeah, and now after that failed attack, I'm guessing simply because Serenity's realised that DestinY doesn't have much of a force left. He actually popped out 16 drones right there. So it's a massive investment in macro, and this fast push here now from DestinY could cause a bit of damage.
Yeah, true, and he's still continuing to produce infestors and roaches and Zerglings. So we'll try another push because now DestinY got his second expo and he got tanks, he got medivacs. So now he got something to defend his third expo here, and Serenity just got 1 base in advance from his opponents. That's not a lot, but here they are. And an infestor burrowed from Serenity, who is going to the base of the Terran. DestinY doesn't have any detection. Here it is, and he sees everything now. He can go inside his vision. He knows what's going on, how many tanks he have, how many Marines. And he keeps his Zerglings there to attack here, back doors. I think he will try to push first in front with the infestors and the roaches here. This way. He's still taking the Naga, and the ghosts are cloaked, and the ghost will look for the infestors. Lot of EMP, and look, all the infestors are going back home. Very, very nice EMP from the ghost of DestinY. Bunny, there are a lot of Zerglings. And a lot of roaches.
And 24 more roaches on the way. This is looking a bit overwhelming now.
Look at that, how many roaches he got now.
I'm not sure how he...
It will be very hard to defend.
Yeah, 23 roaches on the way, 22 Zerglings.
And Serenity didn't take the fight even without the infestors, only with roaches and Zerglings. He really take this fight. And look at that, he still have a lot of roaches, and a lot of roaches are also coming for support. Well, let's say that DestinY now is in a pretty bad position, and he doesn't have any more detection now, so he cannot detect the roaches that are burrowed and the infestors as well. Pretty bad time for DestinY. Now the roaches are pushing, and all these roaches here, look at that. But DestinY defended very well, and the GG of DestinY, who is losing this first game of the Pracbud Contest number 4 final. DestinY defended very well in the first place, and he did a very good move with the Ghost. He did a lot of EMP on the